Okay, so you go around with murder hornets and with nests and stuff, and the suit, which we want to see you put on here, and we want to see if Brad can fit into that murder hornet suit. Can we do that? Can we try that in a few minutes?
We definitely can.
It's like me putting on a child's wetsuit.
we got to see that. Now, and when I talked to you last night, I said, Cassie, just so you know, we in our studio have a couple of taxidermized Nest Zero murder hornets, and you did not seem that impressed. But let me show you these. These are professionally done from a guy in Oak Harbor who did that. Now that's a good looking. Isn't that pretty good?
Yep, they look nice. I have my own specimens here as well as some nest combs for y'all to look at.
Yours are kind of fat. Your murder hornets are kind of chunky there. It looks like they were eating a lot over there. But ours were done, and now Brad and I do outreach too. I don't know if you can give us a pin or an award or anything like that, but we have been doing outreach for the last year, going around the community with our taxidermized murder hornets that we have. People have been taking pictures of them, and they say, thank you, Brad and John, because now we know what a murder hornet looks like.
Matt from Wood Beyond Taxidermy did a great job.
So I don't know if there's any chance that we could become Washingtonians for the day, but we think we deserve that. Okay, so let's talk about the trapping.
Yeah. So it's actually awesome that you guys have those specimens with you, because now that it being July and it being the summertime, we can start looking for the actual hornets out flying around, right? The workers are active and foraging. So it's a good thing that now we know what they look like. Now we can actually look for them.
Well, has anybody seen one yet this year?
Nothing's been confirmed. If you see it, snap it, send it.
See it, snap it, send it. Where do you send it?
Send it to the Washington State Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
Last year, how many nests did we find?
We removed 3 nests in total last year, so that makes 4 nests over the last 2 seasons.
For the last couple, year and a half or so, we've been talking to Carla Sal from the Department of Agriculture, and she said they would try and trap the hornets with an orange juice concoction or something like that. Is that still the best way?
Yeah, so that's what residents as well as WSCA are doing. You find a clear plastic bottle, fill it with orange juice and rice cooking wine. Detailed instructions are on our website. Then you hang it in a tree. The idea is that bait kind of has a scent, and when the breeze blows by, it might carry that. And if a hornet happens to be flying by that trap, it's lured in, and then you have a confirmed detection of an Asian giant hornet. And actually, there's been 2 citizens in the area that have caught hornets in their traps before.
Nice.
Who came up with the idea of tagging them? Because when we first heard that sounded so ridiculous, and it turns out
the radio signal on one of them,
and it worked.
Yeah, so actually a lot of people don't know the first nest was actually 2019 in Nanaimo, British Columbia. So it kind of became on Washington's radar, but then beekeepers removed it. They eradicated it. And then turns out though, December 2019 when the resident of Blaine found a carcass. So that's when we went to work really digging into that response plan, figuring out how we're going to trap them and how we're going to track them, right? We tried Bluetooth technology, and then we actually moved into telemetry, putting those little itty bitty tags, chilling the hornet out, flipping it around. We've moved from starting tying it with dental floss to actually using Kevlar string now. So it's developed over time, and you put the tag on the hornet and you let her go because she's going to want to go home eventually. So you follow that signal to find the nest.
Back to the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it seemed like in that first year that we started hearing about the Asian giant hornet, or the murder hornets or whatever, it was a big thing and there was a big nest and lots of them were captured. And then it seemed like last year, I don't know if they took a pandemic year or it was kind of off. Was there not as much buzz about it, pardon the pun, as the first year?
I mean, people kind of, when the murder hornet word hit the scene, right, everyone kind of grabbed onto it. And then we worked really, really hard to change that narrative to they're not necessarily murdering people. They're murdering. They're actually
Let's
murdering.
get that narrative out there.
They're actually murdering.
That's not buried in the bottom paragraph.
Yeah, so we got that kind of changed to they're actually murdering honeybees. So the stigma behind it probably didn't carry as much, but citizens still responded, and they said over 700 traps last year in the state of Washington. So people are still working on it.
But they have killed people, or people have died in, I believe, Japan. There are a number of people every year, and that's from what they're just allergic to the sting or something.
Yeah, so like an insect size dictates how much venom it can carry in its body. Obviously, they're a lot bigger than our more normal stinging insects. So you get stung, more venom goes into you. That's what makes you sick. They're typically non-aggressive towards humans because they don't have any predators. So they're like not looking behind their back, worried about what's going to eat them, right? They just kind of fly around. So if we leave them alone, they leave us alone. But if you accidentally stumble upon a nest, they're going to get mad and want to protect it. So that's actually how a lot of the deaths happen over in its native range. The nests are sometimes even harvested because the pupae and the larvae in the nest is a delicacy.
Yeah, people like to eat it and stuff. Now you got a big bag with that suit in here. And what's the suit general? What is it made out of?
So the suit's it's all one piece. The feet and the gloves and the head are connected. There's mesh for you to see through and over your face, but it's really just thick, dense foam. The stinger of an Asian giant hornet is about 6 millimeters or a half of an inch, right? So it's super thick foam that just the stinger can't go through, and then it has kind of woven mesh over it. That'll keep it kind of caught in there even more.
So we're going to go to break, and what we'll do, Karan, can you do this during the break? Can we see Cassie in the murder hornet suit, and then Cassie trying to help Brad into the murder hornet? I think it stretches. It might be able to do that, Brad. You might be able to get that thing on.
Why can't I run the board and you try to?
I gotta control all this stuff over here, Brad. You're right next to her over there. This would be perfect. This will work out just fine. And then we got to ask you about the adopting wasps and why we're doing that next.